you. If I'm audible and visible, do write it in the comment section. So my name is Shubham Sagar. I have taken a haircut, so please don't comment on that. So yes, sir. Hindu analysis. Today we'll do a 11th September 2025. So again, and my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn if you want. So yesterday I gave two questions. Just let me check whether I'm audible, visible to all of you or not. So yesterday I gave two questions. Good morning, Anandu. So this is the first question, or this was the second last question of yesterday. MCQ 12. Which of the following issues have occasionally strained? Let me check. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, occasionally strained India-Nepal relationship. Kalapani Lipu Lake border dispute, 2015 Nepal constitution controversy, Chinese investment in Nepal. So yesterday we have talked about Nepal issue, and we have also taken a detailed overview of India-Nepal relationship and the different dimensions of it. So what is the answer of this particular question? Which of the following issues have strained India-Nepal relationship? Chapandi is fast. See, understand one thing. We have talked about the bone of contention, so the points of contention between India and Nepal. So yes, Kalapani Lipu Lake. In fact, in the previous Hindu analysis, we have also talked about Lipu Lake Pass. India, China want to resume trade, and Nepal was having issues with it. So Anandu has given the answer. All the three are the issues. 2015 Nepal constitution controversy, when Nepal talked about an official blockade from India. So do have a look at yesterday's Hindu analysis, where we have talked about these issues. And third is Chinese investment in Nepal. So all of the above, as Anandu stated. Good morning, Mamta. Chepandi. MCQ 13. This was the last question which I gave you. Kerala Urban Planning Committee. We have talked about how Kerala is leading the chart when it comes to, urbanization and how they are dealing with it. So what is the answer of MCQ 13? Always remember, you have to choose the best possible option. Best possible option. Oh my God. So what is the best possible option in MCQ 13? QPC is unique because it follows a top-down national urban framework, integrates local narratives with data. And again, people who have not watched yesterday's Hindu analysis, you can always watch it. Integrate local narratives with data systems for planning. And this is important because urbanization is there in GS mains paper 1. Focuses only on financing, and wherever these kind of extreme statements are there, only etc., there is very high probability that it will be wrong. Ignores climate resilience and urban planning. Who does that? So all these C and D is anyway eliminated based on the way they are from, means framed rather. So you're left with A and B, and we have talked about it yesterday that QPC is an example of bottom-up model of governance. So as Anandu stated, Shiparna stated, it integrates local narrative with data system for planning. Dude, what are you thinking about my hairstyle? I think Baba has cut it too low, means like too much. But again, it is what it is. I was facing so much heat, man. I was not liking that many here. Okay, let's come back to the present. First article of the day, page 8 editorial, the way forward in Kachativu Park State dispute. And see, generally when these kind of international relation related articles are written, they're written by Indian people, right? So we may feel like it is biased to a certain extent. But this particular article, yeah, a haircut. You don't feel like I had a haircut? So this particular article has been written by Nirmala Chandra Hassan ma'am. She is an attorney at law, Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. So you will get somewhat of a neutral perspective, or even if there is a biasness, that will be towards Sri Lanka, which is fine. We don't need biasness from us. So she is talking about Kachativu, pardon me for the phonetics part, if I'm pronouncing the word wrong, in Park State dispute. Now, first of all, let's have a look at the map. Let's try to understand these locations, and then we will talk about what this map is talking about, right? And what is the issue here? Again, there will be some keywords which we have to talk about from exam perspective. So this is Kachativu Island, and it's a there's nobody living here, but it's strategically very important. In 1970s, via an agreement, India gave this island to Sri Lanka. Now there are many people this agreement happened. Indira Gandhi was the PM, if I'm not wrong. Do check that out. So many people are like, Indira Gandhi gifted that particular island to Sri Lanka. That is not the rationale. You look stunning. Oh my God, Raju Patel. Oh my God, Raju, you are here today. So what we are discussing in this particular question. So and the author is saying, she's from Sri Lanka, she's saying that no, it was an agreement, bro. So stop saying Indira Gandhi gifted this Kachativu Island. Now the next part is this Park Strait part. What is this Park Strait? In the previous Hindu analysis and other thing, we have talked about all these words like strait. What is a strait? A water body connecting two larger water bodies, narrow water body connecting two larger water bodies. So this Park Strait is connecting Bay of Bengal with Gulf of Mannar. So these are the two water bodies, keep it in mind. What other water bodies we have talked about, a strait we have talked about earlier in previous Hindu analysis, Malacca Strait. It is in news, you know. And via that we have also talked about Bering Strait. So revise it, UPSC loves to ask questions on it. So now let's come back to the article's issue. What madam is talking about in this editorial. So she is talking about India-Sri Lanka relationship. Yesterday we talked about India-Nepal. Today we will talk about India-Sri Lanka relationship. And she is saying that these two things, Kachativu, and then the fisherman's issue, the fisherman issue, and how the fishing has to be done, and what is trawling. There are different terms here. So she's saying that stop talking about Kachativu as a border dispute, this and that, or island dispute. It has been settled by an agreement. It belongs to Sri Lanka. The talk which we should have is the talk related to fishery issue, and the issues which happens between the Tamil fishermen and the Sri Lankan fishermen when they're fishing in the common water. Then here there are different terms also: EEZ, exclusive economic zone, and then historical waters. So we have to understand these terms. We have to understand the basic meaning of these particular terms. What do these terms actually mean? So let's go one by one. Let's talk about these issues one by one. So ma'am is saying that she's from Sri Lanka. She's talking about India in optimistic terms. India is promoting regional peace, blah, 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 blah. You can have a look at this. This is good. Now, unresolved issues. What are the unresolved issues? Fishery crisis in Park State and Kachativu sovereignty. So here she will talk about both these issues. Fishery crisis one, and second is Kachativu sovereignty. And she's saying that this is not a challenge, this is not an issue, it is a resolved issue. Many people keep on talking about Kachativu as an unresolved issue, but this is a resolved issue. First one is a major issue. And there are reasons, and there is one major reason which is known as bottom trawling, which is leading to a lot of issues between India and Sri Lanka, especially Tamil Nadu and Tamil Nadu fishermen and Sri Lankan fishermen. What is bottom trawling? So, see, understand this: bottom trawling is banned in Sri Lanka. What happens in bottom trawling? You have a big net. So you have a big net, and fishermen, what they will do, they will put this net inside the ocean, and it will go till the ocean bed, and they will take anything which is coming inside this particular net. It's a very big net. So in this bottom trawling, what happens? Even you're catching fish, you're catching some other species also which you did not intend to catch. So this is affecting marine diversity adversely, this whole bottom trawling. And that's why Sri Lanka has banned this bottom trawling, but India has not, and it's still widely practiced by Indian trawlers, which leads to this fishery issues. Sometimes Sri Lankan army and all, they will capture Indian fishermen. This is happening because of this bottom trawling, according to Ma, who is a Sri Lankan. So she's talking about Modi stressed a human approach. We love Modi sir, he's the best, as Shripurna, Raju, Anandu, and Mamta, all of you keep on saying. So fishery dispute root problem, hope you're understanding this bottom trawling issue, which has been banned in Sri Lanka, which continues in India, which is anyway not good for small fishermen. The ma'am is arguing that most of the fishermen from India and Sri Lanka, they're not that rich to have these big nets or do bottom trawling. So smaller fishermen from both sides, they are getting affected. So India should also consider, banning this bottom trawling, which is anyway affecting marine diversity in so many adverse ways, and international communities are not having very favorable opinion about it. So she's talking about that. So India has mechanized bottom trawlers entering Sri Lankan waters. Okay, so hope you understood what is the basic concept of bottom trawling and how it harms, oh my god, marine ecosystem. So let's move further. Impact on Tamil community, small artisanal fishers. So here we are seeing there are two kinds of fishermen who are operating, be it Indian or Sri Lankan, be it Tamilian or Indian Tamil or Sri Lankan Tamil. What are these two types of fishermen? One who are operating on trawlers or trawler operators. Second is artisanal fishers. Fishers, that means small fishermen who don't have that much money to have these bigger nets, and anyway they are using conventional methods to do fishing. So this is a conflict. Conflict is not India versus Sri Lanka. Conflict is trawler operator versus artisanal fishers. And she says that as Sri Lanka has banned this trawling, bottom trawling, India should also do the same. It is affecting marine biodiversity. What is your opinion on it? Do you think we should ban this bottom trawling, or do you think no sir, it's awesome, we should continue it, because it has more efficiency, we catch more fishes? So again, you can post it in the comment section. So now ma'am is saying that we should differentiate between the need of artisanal fishers, which are bigger in numbers, which are more vulnerable, and commercial trawlers, who are more rich and who are affecting marine biodiversity in more ways than one. Empathy should favor small fishers' livelihood over. Again, you can read all these things. So now she's saying that Sri Lankan Tamil MPs, media can sensitize Tamil Nadu. So sometimes this become a very big issue, that Tamil Nadu fishermen captured by Sri Lanka and all. So she's saying that we should understand these fishermen who are generally captured, they are trawler operators. People to people empathy is essential. Sri Lanka has been impacted a lot by civil war, and we need, some amount of financial security which comes from this fishing. Cool. So again, hope you understood the basic rationale given by ma'am here. Kachativo, and she's talking about the second issue. Two issues. The first issue is fishing issue or fishery issue. Second is Kachativo. She's saying that this is not an issue. This is not an unresolved issue. And in 1974, India-Sri Lanka Maritime Boundary happened, treaty happened, and it was given to Sri Lanka. It is a part of Sri Lanka. There is no debate on it. Myths like Indira Gandhi gifted it, etc., etc. It's all misnomer. These treaties which happens, they are binding under international law. So stop saying that Kachatibu is a disputed island, this and that. Anyway, nobody is living there. It's a small barren islet, as we have just discussed, but very important strategically. So again, sovereignty over Kachatibu is legally settled. Again, easier said than done. Good morning, Rajneesh. Rajneesh is a good boy. So fisheries versus sovereignty. So she's saying that two issues, fisheries and the Kachatibu sovereignty. Sovereignty is not an issue. It's a non-issue, but fishing is a big issue. Or fishing rights, they are a very, very big issue. Now, park states are historic waters. Now, again, there is another keyword here. We have talked about bottom trawling, Sri Lanka banning it, India did not ban it. The second part is historic waters, how they are different from EEZ. Okay, so again, if we have a look at the maps which we have just seen, so generally what happens when you have, India, they have coastal waters. So beyond like there is a certain range which is known as exclusive economic zone. This is your homework. Find out that range, which is measured in nautical miles. So that is India's zone, nautical miles. Nautical mile is basically when you're measuring, area over sea or air, you measure it in nautical miles, which is measured in latitude terms. We don't have to do PhD here. We don't have to do PhD. Just remember nautical miles, exclusive economic zone. They are, and ma'am is saying that this Park Bay or Park Strait, and these are not exclusive economic zone. These are historical waters. Exclusive economic zone means it belongs to one particular country, but this park state region, the water has been historically used by both India and Sri Lanka. So this is not a exclusive economic zone. This is historical water, and India and Sri Lanka, they do not should not fight over whose exclusive economic zone it lies within. They should treat it as historical water or historic waters, and they should come together and decide when they will do the fishing, on which particular day, how they have to manage this park state. It does not belong to one country. It belongs to both of them, and that's why the EEZ concept does not apply. This is your homework. Read more about the EEZ concept. Very good. Shri Punna and Raju Patil, they are saying that Raju Patil, yeah. So 200 nautical miles. So that is now the other homework for you people is one nautical mile is equal to how many kilometers? If you know it, post it in the comment section. So hope you understood what is the basic concept of historic waters, why Park State cannot be called as EZ of India, because both India and Sri Lanka historically have been associated with this particular water. So now what UN Convention on Laws of the Sea talks about these historic waters, which are somewhat different from EZ. They said that both these people, they have to come together and they have to do cooperation in this area. Again, have a look at this. So joint India Sri Lanka measure has to happen in this historic water, which is not same as EZ. So they can fix a quota that this day you will do the fishing, that day I will do the fishing. Then they can have a joint research station on Kachatibu, although there should not be any doubt that Sri Lanka means Kachatibu belongs to Sri Lanka. I'm not saying it. My Tamilian friend who are very sensitive, don't kill me in the comment section. This ma'am who has written this editorial, who belongs to Sri Lanka, she is saying that there is no dispute on Kachatibu. And again, deep sea fishing in EEZ to reduce. Now, she's saying that this park state is historic water. It is not EEZ, but India has other EEZ, exclusive economic zone. There they can do this deep sea fishing, so that there's not too much pressure that they have to do, bottom trawling, this and that in this park state region, which is anyway very, very sensitive. And Sri Lanka has anyway banned this bottom trawling. So Shiparna has given the answer 1.8 kilometer. Very good. So neighborhood policy and diplomacy, you can have a look at this. Multi-level engagement needed, blah, blah, blah. We have discussed all these things. She talked about two issues, but she's saying that the first issue is settled, Kachatibu sovereignty. And we have to focus on the fishery issue, and we have to focus on the bottom trawling concept, which we have just discussed. Let's solve some questions now so that we can remember whatever we have just studied. MCQ 1, which of the following statement about bottom trawling is or are correct? It is a method of fishing where nets are dragged along the seabed. It is banned in Sri Lanka but continues to be practiced by Indian trawlers. Shiparna and Anandu, they have given the answer. Shiparna, Anandu, Mamta, Rajneesh, Raju, all of you have given the answer. So yes, it is a method of fishing when nets are dragged along the seabed and they catch fish along with other things which they did not intend to catch, thereby affecting marine biodiversity band in Sri Lanka. So both the options are correct. The answer is C. Very good. Very good. Shipurna, Anandu, Mamta, Rajneesh, Raju. MCQ 2. The Park Strait connects. Which two things they connect straight? Now, you people also revise isthmus. Narrow landmass connecting two larger landmass. Panama isthmus connects what? Which two bodies? And also revise Gulf and Bay. They are water bodies mainly surrounded by land from. They are water bodies mainly surrounded by land from three sides. So, what is the basic difference between Gulf and Bay, which is generally larger? So, these are homework for you. First of all, MCQ 2. What is the answer of MCQ 2? So MC Park State connects Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, Gulf of Mannar and Bay of Bengal, Andaman Sea and Lakshadweep Sea, Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. As Sriparna, Mamta, Raju and Rajneesh they gave the answer. The answer is Gulf of Mannar and Bay of Bengal. Very good. Now let's focus on the next article of the day, page 9 opinion. To build roads is to build space. This means peace rather. It's about Naxalism, which emerged in 60s in Naxalbari region of West Bengal. And Naxalism, it incorporates some features of socialism, communism, extreme ideology that we have to overthrow state and we have to establish an egalitarian society. It doesn't matter whether we have to resort to violence for that. So Naxalism. So here, Pawan Mamadi sir, who is you can see this. So he is saying that roads, when you're building these roads, you are creating peace, you're leading to peace. Because generally what happens, where Naxalism flourishes, it flourishes in the red corridor districts. And you can see let's see the map. So if you see these areas, these are the red corridor districts areas, although the regions have decreased significantly. These red corridor regions, they have decreased significantly in 2020s now. But generally, if you see these regions, see Haryana, etc., they are not impacted by it. And now currently, you can see Bihar, Jharkhand, all these states are impacted. But now Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, they are majorly impacted. Most of the other states, they are doing fine. But where these things happen, where Naxalism flourishes, where infrastructure is lagging. So when you have infrastructure, then that shows that there is government there. That shows that there is formal institutions there. That shows that there is somebody to take care of common people there. But when there is no road, then what happens? These people, these Naxalists, they can establish their own non-formal institution, Jan Adalat, etc., etc., and thereby influencing people in more ways than one. So that's why the author of this particular opinion page is saying that the first step, if you want to get rid of, Naxalism completely, is to build roads. And in that regard, India is doing good. Our road transport minister, Sir Nitin Gadkari, sir, was in news recently. His son acquired massive wealth due to this E20 blending, but we are not going there. And then there were talks related to, we are making roads, but what about maintenance of those roads? Come to Gurgaon, you will realize what we are discussing here. So roads as symbols of state presence. Hope you understood. Road is not just a mere road. It shows the presence of a state there, government there. It shows that somebody is there to take care of common people. It shows there is no not lack of apathy from government. So in Maoist affected tribal areas, roads represent not just transport but entry of governance into marginalized, neglected region. So author is saying that even before you establish means educational institution, blah blah blah. First thing should be roads. Establish roads first. That should be your first area, where you should focus on. Establish, again, you can have a look at this research so that road development in constricted areas, it improves electricity access, jobs and security. So we keep on talking about multiplier effect. In previous Hindu analysis also we have talked about multiplier effect. You build one thing and it leads to so many other things. And we have talked about how if different companies are investing in manufacturing sector, it has a multiplier effect, unlike, let's say, services sector. where you don't get that many jobs. But when you invest in manufacturing, you provide jobs also, that also reduces unemployment. So similarly, we are seeing the multiplier effect of roads. What happens when you do the construction of roads? How it has a multiplier effect. Roads reduce isolation, weakening insurgent dominance. So these people, they know government is there. If they have built road, they have some people there. Okay. When the state is absent, Maoists set up parallel institutions like these Jan Adalats, etc., etc. And this has been seen not only in India, even in Italy. Sicilian mafia, it developed like this. The government is absent. The basic, the means modus operandi of government, let's say road, etc., they are absent, and the mafia, in a way, what I can say here, they gained traction. So we need roads. Again, have a look at this. Maoists sometimes provide rudimentary health services. So again, I have told you the basic rationale why roads are needed. Now, informal justice. When Maoists come, they also bring Janadalas. First of all, they will give you some health services on the pretext, but here again, they are ruling on the pretext of power. They will give you some things so that you feel like, oh, they are with us, but then again, they are non-formal institutions. So what is the use of a road? Bring informal institution, school, clinics, police courts. So they are accountable under, again, you can read it. I have just told you, studies link road connectivity with reduced crime and violence. So if they ask you why road infrastructure is needed, good morning, Rishi, looking very awesome, nice profile pic, Rishi. So you can talk about all these things, how it reduces crime, violence, and how it shows that there is a formal institution there and informal based on interests. Again, government recognition. Chhattisgarh, B.R. Subramanian sir, he said that he pushed a phased model. Build road first, then add schools, clinics, and law enforcement. So if they ask you, what is the most important thing which is needed to curb Naxalism, you will say roads. And then, because if you don't have roads, even if you have hospitals and clinics and schools, how will I go there? So roads is the first step towards eliminating Naxalism. Each road symbolizes the state's long-term presence. Very good, Rishi. Italian word, mafia. Okay. So need for safeguards and inclusivity, you can have a look at this. Roads must be built with local communities. Again, I'm not reading these things. You understood the basic rationale, what we are talking about here, and the Naxalism or the Naxalbari movement, 1967, West Bengal. And even there is one actor who is very famous. His name is Mithun Chakravarti. He was also one, Mithun Chakravarti. I don't know whether I'm writing his name correctly or not. He was also a Naxalite earlier. Okay, let's focus on this particular question related to artisanal fishers, which we have discussed in the previous editorial. So, which of the following characteristics are generally associated with artisanal fishers? Oh my god, my hair, it looks so bad. Use of mechanized trawlers for large-scale profit-oriented fishing, reliance on small boats and traditional fishing methods, sustainable practices with limited environmental impact. So Raju has given the answer. Raju is a good boy. Raju, Shapurna, Rajneesh. So we have discussed artisanal fishers and the trawlers. Trawlers use mechanized and they do the trawling thing, which is not done by artisanal fishers. So you eliminate one, you get B and C. You have to check the third. Yes, sustainable practices, limited environmental impact. They do the conventional fishing. So the answer is C, 2 and 3 only, as stated by Patil, then Vishwas, then Rajneesh, then Anandu, then Rishi. Very good. MCQ 4. Roads are often considered a political instrument in insurgency affected areas because use option elimination here. Good question. Very good question. It will give you perspective for means answer writing as well. So they allow security forces, and whenever you're solving question, read till the last option. Read till. Don't jump onto options. Read all options. Read till the last option, and then try to solve the question. So 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Guys, whenever you are giving any answer, write the question number. How will I know which question you are talking about? So Vishwas, Raju, which one is A? So C, they allow security forces to access remote area. Maybe you have confusion. Keep it in the loop. They reduce isolation, weakening insurgent authority. Keep it in the loop. They act as first sign of state presence. Keep it in the loop. They automatically resolve socio-economic. Automatically. You build a road and everything, inequality will be resolved. So this is a extreme statement. Right? So eliminate 4. If you eliminate 4, you got the answer A, 1, 2 and 3 only, as stated by Vishwas, Raju, Rajneesh, Rishi, Mamta, Shipurna. Let's say it automatically resolve it automatically. So Mamta, if Nitin Gadkari sir built a road, automatically everything will be resolved. No, not automatically. It will take time. It will happen gradually, not automatically. MCQ 5. Guys, I can see 18 people live right now and only 12 likes. Why you people hate me so much? Please don't do that. I wake up so early. I'm sleep deprived mostly these days. Like, share, and subscribe. Kill it. So, term Naxalism in India originates from peasant uprising in Telangana, Naxalwadi movement of 1967, tribal rebellion in Bastar, Bhil movement in central India. So Purna, Rishi, Anandu, they have given the answer. Mamta, she has also given the answer. The answer is P, Naxalwadi movement. Let's move on to the third article of the day. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe, and spread the word. You can get these Hindu analysis PDF at 199 per month, thereby supporting me and supporting this Hindu analysis initiative. Also, if you have doubts, you're preparing for IBACIO, EPFO, UPSC, CSE, collect your doubts, take a time slot from me based on both of our convenience, and we will resolve these doubts. So again, this is a paid initiative, 500 per hour, but if you're a part of my mentorship program, all these things are free, and in mentorship, it's a one-time payment. It's not a recurring payment, 4999, and unlimited doubt sessions, Hindu analysis PDF, all these things you will get. So everything will, after a certain period, will become muft, as Kareena Kapoor says. And I'm all yours. This is in one line, my mentorship program. If you're a part of any other initiative, let's say doubt session or Hindu analysis PDF, and you want to switch to mentorship, you will pay the remaining amount. If you have already paid, let's say 400, and it is 4999, so you will pay 4599. So just simple maths. That's how you can do the switching. If you want to switch, you can also donate. Let's move on to the third article of the day. 22 people, please guys like this. Oh my God, Vishwas. So yes, sir. Page number 10. Why does peace seem so elusive to Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo? So this is the third article. Today's Hindu was awesome. There are so many good articles in Hindu today. So for understanding this whole issue, first of all, let's have a look at this particular map. So this is Democratic Republic of Congo. Yesterday also Africa was in news. We have talked about Africa yesterday also. Why we have talked about Africa yesterday? Any people? Do you have any idea? Why did we talk about, which issue we talked about in relation to Africa? Chapandis, fast. Okay, let's first of all focus. So, Democratic Republic of Congo, they have one neighboring country which is known as Rwanda. And what happened? There was a genocide which happened in Rwanda in 1994. Around 1994, there was a Rwanda genocide between two groups. You don't have to do PhD here, but we have to understand, because places in news, UPSC loves to ask questions. So, two groups genocide happened, and there was one particular group people who shifted to Democratic Republic of Congo, and there are some frictions which is happening between the official government of Congo and a particular group which is backed by Rwanda. So because of this, now US is acting as a mediator to resolve issues between two different entities. One is the government and that rebellious group. The second is Congo versus Rwanda. So hope you're understanding what this whole issue is all about. Khartoum, Sudan. Very good, Patel. Ethiopian damage. Patel is such a good boy. So let's focus here. What we were discussing. So now the next point is, why is US so interested? US do dash anywhere and everywhere. You can fill that dash with anything. So here US is so much interested in Congo and solving Congo issue because Congo has critical minerals. Oh my God, where should I write? So Congo has critical minerals. What are critical minerals? That also we have done in previous Indo analysis. Critical minerals, there is a national critical mineral mission launched by Indian government also for 6 years, 2024, 25 to, or 25, 26 to 2030, 31. 6 years critical minerals. So what are critical minerals? Like your lithium, lithium batteries, that is a critical mineral, which is critical for your infrastructure, for your electronics and communication, cobalt. All these are critical minerals. And this Democratic Republic of Congo, they have so much of critical minerals, and that's why US is so much interested. So hope you understood the basic overview of this whole issue, Democratic Republic of Congo, and why US is so interested. So they did two peace initiatives. As we have just discussed, there are different stakeholders involved here. One is Congo government, second is Rwanda, and third is a group which Rwanda supports, M23. These are rebellion groups which are fighting with the government. So two agreements happen, one between Congo and Rwanda, second between Congo and the rebellious group inside Congo, which is supported by Rwanda. Hope you understood. Rwanda anyway remains in news because there is an agreement, Kigali agreement, which is associated with Rwanda. If you know what this Kigali agreement is all about, write it in the comment section. So now, again, these peace initiative, let's see what happens. But right now, the results are not very optimistic, or we are not seeing current results. They are offensive which are going on. Cool. So commitments, again, you can read all these things. This is none of our concern. What is happening? Who is fighting whom? We are more concerned in the basic rationale. What is happening? Why Rwanda is backing M33, means M23 group? Because many of these, tribal people, they were earlier part of Rwanda or lived in Rwanda. Because of 1994 Rwanda genocide, they shifted to Congo, and there is, there are many people, like there is sensitivity, or there is emotional attachment. There's so many things. We don't have to do the PhD here, but hope you understood the basic rationale. And the second point is, why is US so interested? Because Democratic Republic of Congo has $24 trillion worth of critical minerals. And there is also one issue which you will read a lot in mains, which is known as Dutch disease, resource curse. What is Dutch disease or what is resource curse? When you're saying Democratic Republic of Congo, or even when we're talking about the Red Corridor district and the Naxalbari movement, you will see there is something which is very common in these, regions, be it in India or in Africa. These people, these regions, Congo, or even the Nax means Red Corridor district, Jharkhand, etc., they're very rich in resources, minerals, but they are very poor because there is only one sector, and even if they have resources, it is exploited by somebody else. So this is Dutch disease or resource curse. And you read more about this whole phenomena, that is Dutch disease and resource curse. Kigali Agreement to Montreal Protocol about phasing down of hydrofluorocarbon. Oh my God, Patel, you are on fire today. Very good, just like a wow. Okay, let's focus here. So DRC holds 70% of global cobalt reserve, rich in copper, gold, diamond, tin, opportunity to counter China's dominance in DRC's mining sector. So Africa, China is already very active there. US is trying to counter China's dominance. India is also trying to do the same. And you can now understand why US is so interested. I don't like US and their policies with due respect to US. So again, failure of ceasefire, as we have just discussed, the offensive goes on. HRW, Human Rights Watch, pay attention to the keywords. These keywords matter. Not everything with political connotations, they are very important for us. All are rich in mineral, but exploited by rich people. Not all. Some regions, Bihar is rich in neither now, after Jharkhand has been separated, like demarcated. Okay, so Human Rights Watch is an international NGO, and they are talking about 140 plus civilian deaths which happened in Congo. Implications: US involvement, Qatar mediation. Qatar is mediating here. On the other hand, Israel is bombarding Qatar. Oh my God. There is a song also which Guru Randhawa has written on Qatar, which is known as Teri Ak Qatar, this Qatar, that Qatar. Okay, let's focus. So again, hope you understood the basic rationale. Let's move on. Read it in your own free time. I'm not reading the slides. Let's have a look at MCQ 16. Have you heard that song of Guru Randhawa which he has written on Qatar? Okay, which of the following states form part of India's Red Corridor? Do option elimination here. Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, Haryana, and Bihar. We are talking about Red Corridor district from Naxalism perspective. Don't think something else. You people are so naughty. So, okay, bros, I have told you explicitly. Nobody has answered this question up until now. I can see 17 people live currently. Anandu has given. Anandu is a good boy. So, red corridor district. I have told you explicitly when I've shown you the red corridor map that Haryana is not impacted by red corridor district. So, if you eliminate Haryana, 4 is gone. You're left with A and D. Now you have to check for 5. Bihar, yes, Bihar is impacted by red corridor, although impact has reduced and Jharkhand is mainly facing the brunt of it. But still, in Bihar, there are certain districts. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, and 5. Who answered it first? Anandu, then Patel, then Vishwas, then Wagmare, then Yadav, and then Pandey. Very good. D is the answer. MCQ 7. Which of the following countries has been accused by UN of supporting the M23 rebels? Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. Japanese fast. That means tell me fast. So Mamta, Raju, Rajneesh, Shipurna, Rishi. Bro, we have just read Rwanda, bro. I gave you such a big lecture by showing you the map. You people are Gajni fan, as we keep on saying, short-term memory loss. I showed you this map. I told you the whole history, Rwanda genocide, how Rwanda is supporting that particular group because there are many people. That tribe is mainly living in Rwanda. They have means crossed the border because of 1994 Rwanda genocide. And you people are saying something else. Oh my god, you people are so bad. So yes, sir, Rwanda is the answer. Hope you understood why Rwanda. Revise it. Next article of the day. Dalit residents allege untouchability wall blocking access in Tamil Nadu. Now, untouchability is an offense under Article 17. To implement Article 17, provision of Untouchability Act has been passed. So now what is happening here in this issue, and this is a bigger issue. And I have given you, this is also a case study, polity issue plus also case study. We have talked about untouchability earlier as well, and what we have discussed about untouchability earlier, that let's say there is Rishi, and now Rishi's mother, what she's doing, again, this is just an hypothetical example. She is keeping separate utensils for herself and for the maid which is working in Rishi's house. So this is also one form of untouchability. And there was a survey which was done by Hindu or Indian Express, etc. So this is also one form of untouchability, a case study which you can use in your ethics paper, GS paper 4. Plus, also remember which article deals with it. We are specifically talking about Article 17. Actually, Uganda has also been accused of supporting, but which is the best possible option here? Rwanda. Which is the country we are talking about here? Rwanda. So that's why Rwanda. Okay, let's focus here. So a 200-meter long, 10 feet high wall has been built in a particular district of Tamil Nadu. It blocks a common pathway. Many people say, and the people, the property dealer, he's saying that he blocked that pathway because if Dalit families, and this is a skepticism, this many people believe is the reason, real reason, that because if Dalit family are going through that region, the value of that property will reduce, and that's why this high wall has been erected. 1,000 Dalit families in that region, they are taking a 1 kilometer longer route. Please understand, this is a case study for you people. You have to cite it in case study. Also remember, Article 17 is being violated. 800 school going children are directly inconvenienced, and resident people are saying that it does. Again, you can read all these things, and they are calling it an untouchability wall. But other people are saying that they have different routes to go, and you see what dominant caste groups are feeling here, that Dalit access may reduce property values. So what is your view? Many people are like, no, 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 this is not a case. Anyway, this happens anywhere and everywhere. If I have a property, I will erect a wall. So do you think this is a case of untouchability, or do you think this is not untouchability? Do you think when we are keeping separate utensils for our maid, that is a case of untouchability, or that is not a case of untouchability? What is your view on all these issues? Feel free to post it in the comment section. So developer is saying that no, land is his patta land, and he denies caste motive. He's saying that, bro, I'm making this wall to save my property, and this is there are other walls also. So please don't say it untouchability wall. It doesn't look cool. Don't kill me. A peace committee has been formed, and let's see what happens. And there is no formal untouchability. See, we have talked about not in this channel, but on other channels where I've done Hindu analysis, I have talked about this Untouchability Offences Act. How, unlike SC/ST Act, you have ST/ST Act passed in 1989, if I'm not wrong, do check that. Then you have Untouchability Act, which was passed in 1950s. So this SC/ST Act is working fine. This SC/ST Act, this is working fine. Cases are filed, but Untouchability Act, if you see the number of cases, it is less than 10. That means there is no case of untouchability at all in India, which is not a correct thing. I have personally seen, the more you are, I am a Brahmin, Maithil Brahmin, although I don't believe in these things, the more you are in the upper trajectory, the more you will witness these things. I can vouch for it that there are not less than 10 untouchability cases in India. These cases go unreported, unlike SC/ST cases, which are reported to a certain extent. So maybe this is one scenario, no formal untouchability complaint received. But what is your view? Is this untouchability or it is not? It is mild untouchability, so many would justify it. Well, Rishi, you're a good boy, Rishi. I always knew that. Yeah, but mainly Article 17 here. So now let's solve this MCQ 8 based on previous article. So Human Rights Watch is a UN agency focused on global health, regional African Court for War Crimes, humanitarian arm of NATO, international NGO monitoring human rights abuses. But legally it is not defended. Yes, you legally it is defendable. You have this Untouchability Act, Raju. At SC 338 SC. Wow, very good. Rishi is such a good girl. Oh, good boy rather. He's a boy. So HRW, International NGO monitoring human rights abuses, as stated by Shipurna, then Rajneesh, then Mamta, then Raju. Very good. MCQ 9. A 200-meter wall in Walang, Gaiman, pardon me for the pronunciation part, my Tamil friends, allegedly affecting Dalit families, is being debated primarily under which constitutional provision? This has become such an issue that we are talking it on national forums now. Hindu is publishing it. So this has become a big issue. Article 12, 14, 16. And again, choose the best possible option. As Rishi was saying, this and that. So different articles, you have to choose the best possible option. What is the best possible option here? As Rajni stated, Anandu, Mamta, Rishi, Raju, the article 17. That way you also remember these articles. Now, page number 6, means elephant electrocuted in Bandipur Tiger Reserve. See, we have full sympathies with this particular elephant, full sympathy. But what is important from exam perspective, Bandipur Tiger Reserve, where is it? Karnataka. It is a part of which biosphere reserve? Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. When it became a tiger reserve? 1974. Under which project? Project Tiger. When was Project Tiger launched? Project Tiger launched in 1973. Under which particular act? WPA 1972. So you see how many things we have taken out from this particular article. So these are the things which are important. Again, sympathies. Electrocuted. There is an electric fence which was live electric wire. It came in contact, and this is an illegal electric fence. This is also example of linear intrusion. When you read about these projects in moment, you read about linear intrusion. So in linear intrusion, roads comes, electric fence comes when you're making them inside national park or wildlife sanctuaries. And many people believe that linear intrusion is not good for wildlife conservation. So hope you understood the basic rationale here, what has happened and what are the things which are important from exam perspective. Okay, so let me show you certain stuff. So Bandipur Tiger Reserve, located Karnataka, India, in the, again, Karnataka. You can forget the districts, multiple districts. Became a Tiger Reserve 74. Project Tiger launched in 73. Under which act? WPA. When was it launched? 1972. Environmental Protection Act. When was it first passed? Anybody has any idea? Environmental Protection Act. We have also talked about Water Act, Air Act. Give me the years. Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. Give me the years. When we were talking about in previous Hindu analysis about CPCBs, Central Pollution Control Boards, and SPCBs, we have talked about these acts. Jim Corbett now, Ram Ganga National Park. Very good. Such a good girl Shipurna is. So these are the things which are important. Tiger, leopards, all these species are there. Significance, one of India's prime tiger habitats. Part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Again, what is the basic difference between, national park, wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserve? So national park, you're protecting both flora and fauna, plants and animals. So when you have wildlife sanctuary, you mainly focus on a particular fauna. And then biosphere reserve, it includes combination of national park and wildlife sanctuary. You can have multiple national park and multiple wildlife sanctuary inside biosphere reserves. There are other things also, other differences also. In national park, you have more restrictions compared to wildlife sanctuary. But hope you understood the basic rationale, basic difference between these terms. Very good. MCQ 10 of the day. Project Tiger, under which Bandipur became a tiger reserve, was launched in which particular year? Factual question, but important question. The number of times UPSC has asked questions on Project Tiger or UPSC or other exams or WPA is huge. WPA 1972. Under this WPA, you have 6 schedules. Schedule 1, Schedule 2, maximum protection, Schedule 3 and 4, lesser protection, Schedule 5, vermin, which can be culled, Schedule 6, plants which are prohibited. So you need special permission. Solve all these UPSC PYQs on WPA 1972, which UPSC has asked earlier. So Project Tiger launched in 1973. Sometimes there's confusion between 72 and 73. Why that confusion happens? Because it has been created under WPA 1972, but it was actually launched in 1973. So the answer is 1973. MCQ 11. Very good. Shipurna, Raju, Anandu, Rishi, Rajneesh. You people are so good. Bandipur Tiger Reserve is part of which biosphere reserve? So Anandu Shipurna, before first Shipurna, then Anandu, they have given the answer. The answer is Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Now your homework is read more about Nilgiri BS and then read about these options also. Because UPSC has a tendency to ask questions from options. So Sundarban, Panchmadi, Simlipal, where they are, read about it. Then MCQ 12. What is the answer? This is based on the previous articles. MCQ 12, Democratic Republic of Congo is considered strategically important to US because why it is strategically important to US? So Shipurna, Shimlipal, Jharkhand. Shimlipal is in Jharkhand, Rishi? Are you sure? Is it in Odisha or Jharkhand? To check that. You have written Jharkhand. Shipurna, Anandu, Rishi, Raju, Mamta, they have given the answer. Think about it. This is a homework. MCQ 12. Oh my god. MCQ 13. Which of the following factors contributed to rise of Naxalism in India? From this today's lecture, you can make some notes on Naxalism. Yesterday, India-Nepal relationship, that was an awesome article. We have talked so much about so many things. So again, these points you can use the causes of Naxalism in that. So have a look at this. Very good, Anandu. So what is the answer of question 13? I can think about it and we will discuss MCQ 12 and 13 tomorrow. In the meantime, like, share and subscribe, spread the word. You people are messengers of me, and you can post your score also. How many questions we have done today? I think 11 we did in classwork and 2 were homework. So whatever is your, like, whatever you got correct, you can write it. So again, you can buy these Hindu analysis PDF at 199 per month for me, thereby supporting this initiative, supporting me. You can also clear your doubts, whatever your doubts in whatever subjects you have. I'm good in UPSC related aspects, and then IBACIO. See, again, you can send me those doubts. We can always schedule. If I don't know anything, I will tell you. But more often than not, Okay, I'm not doing the pomp and show. Hope you understood where I'm going with this. And you can be a part of mentorship in that. All these doubt sessions, analysis PDF, etc. Mains answer evaluation, everything is free. So just one-time payment. This is not a recurring payment. And hope you understood this joke, and hope you understood I am all yours. The basic meaning of that. You can also switch from PDF subscription or doubt session subscription to mentorship by paying the remaining amount as I have told you earlier. You can also donate that way. Also, you can support. Okay, sir. 10 out of 12, Rajneesh. Very good, yeah. So that's it from me. Yeah, yeah. Shriparna, thank you, Shriparna. Raju is on fire today. Very good, Patel. Okay, so now I will see you people tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Take care, be blessed. Tata, bye bye. If you have any doubt, always you can write, sir, wait, sir, and we can always discuss these doubts at the end of the session. So I will see you people tomorrow then.